Finally, we're in the same room.
It's good to be back, Jimmy.
I know it's been about a month since Matt and I have been together.
Yeah.
And we're starting with a room full of people. I walk up, and we knew John was coming in today. We had it rumored, but a lot of times guests cancel last minute, so I didn't have my hopes up until I saw you outside. And I'm like, wow, you were actually here before Matt or me. So welcome to the show, John.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
The great John Jones. Let me just
Pleasure.
put that applause button. Let me tell you
We need a better applause. An
We
applause
do. It
stinks.
kind of just
kind of weak.
It's a real tepid little happy, but it's the best one we have.
Is there a applause button for Conor McGregor? Maybe a little something louder.
No, this is what Conor gets.
I give him the Longo clap, I call it.
Yeah, especially after that
There's
last
a
fight.
Weidman clap because I like Weidman so much, and Longo, I know him for over 20 years, getting my nerves a little. I give him the Longo clap. It's like a slow clap. Like you're not doing too good at a comedy club. It's like,
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
No, you got.
That's
We're
the best
so
we have to
happy you're
offer.
here.
We're happy you're back in the UFC, man. I mean, not that you ever gone, but it's happy that you have a fight coming up, and you're very missed. I mean, for a while, Conor was not fighting. Ronda's gone. I mean, there was no superstars for the UFC.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Yeah, I'm super grateful to be back. More grateful to have my job than ever before. And yeah, man, I'm going to do my best to do something with it, man, and try to hang on to it this time.
Can you talk about just tell us what happened? I mean, we don't know exactly what happened, and 1 minute you were fighting, the next minute you weren't. What was it?
Basically, USADA found some substance that ends up in your body, and I guess it's not even a steroid. It's like something that comes up in your body for people who has taken steroids or whatever. But anyways, there was this substance in me. There was a super small amount of it inside of my body, and I pretty much had to be suspended until they figured out what was going on with me.
And didn't they say that it would have been crazy for you to take it because it was like right before the competition? So like, why would you have done it if it was on purpose? Because it wouldn't have done anything anyway.
Yeah, what we were able to figure out was that it got into my body somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks before the fight, and we were also able to figure out that it came into my body orally. And we were able to figure out that whatever it was, what they said was it was like taking a pinch of salt and throwing it into an Olympic-sized swimming pool. They said, USADA said themselves, it was such a small amount in your body, John, there's no way possibly that this could infect you and negatively or positively.
Look, it was probably something that was tainted. I mean, obviously, every bit of trouble I've ever gotten into has happened orally. So I certainly understand problem after problem.
That's great.
Trip to the doctor after trip to the doctor.
You nasty man.
I am. I'm a disgusting individual, but I do understand trouble that comes from that.
Yeah.
So, now, what finally happened when they said, okay, we understand, we believe you?
Pretty much, they had me do a whole bunch of stuff to just like kind of prove my innocence, and at the end of the whole situation, they just said, John, this is, we're the same company with Lance Armstrong, the Russian wrestling team, Giacova, friggin' Marion Jones, we've tested all the highest level athletes, and they're a real deal company, and they don't pull strings and favors. I've heard all types of weird shit. And they don't do that for anybody. They basically said, our scientists were able to tell that this was a total mistake. No one's taken oral steroids 2 weeks before an event looking to get better as a fighter, and no one's taken it at this amount. This is such a small amount. This is obviously some kind of contaminated supplement or whatever, in which we were never able to figure out where it came from. But they said it's such a small amount, John. We're not in the business of ruining people's careers. That's not why we're here.
They're looking for cheaters, not trying to ruin people's career.
Yeah.
Now, did you think your career might be over at that point? How long were you facing in a suspension? Was it a 4-year suspension?
I was facing a 4-year suspension, and it was terrible, man. It was a terrible, shitty, scary time in my life, for real. Depressing, truly depressing. I actually had to go to counseling this summer. I was so depressed and so miserable and so sad.
Were you thinking like, what's going to happen with the rest of my life?
Yeah, man. Well, like if I had done steroids and I got caught, then I'd take it like a man and I'd just say, fuck it, I got caught. Let me go and fight in Russia or somewhere where everyone's doing it. Right. And I would just handle it that way. I would just been a man about it. But I was truly devastated because I've never taken steroids. And now, I had to be labeled like a steroid user and possibly be out for 4 years, and I really couldn't handle it. It was terrible.
What was the first light at the end of the tunnel that you saw and you went, okay, maybe I'll be okay?
Light at the end of the tunnel?
What was the first thing that kind of gave you hope that you would be able to come back and fight a lot sooner?
What gave me hope? Everything just kind of started unfolding for me with USADA all at once. They just pretty much was was saying like, I had a big meeting with one of the heads of USADA, like one of the presidents, and the guy pretty much, he told me, John, I'm the person who sat across the table from Lance Armstrong. He's like, I know when people lied to me. You know, I think he said that he was like, he had worked for the FBI or something for years or something like that, or DEA for years or something like that. He's like, John, I know when people are lying to me. And we sat and we talked for 2 hours straight. And he's like, dude, I believe that this is, between my science that I have at my lab and what you're saying, it makes no sense for you to do this at this amount right before your fight. I believe you. And just having someone at USADA say, I believe you, now let's figure out how this happened, where this come from, I think that was the first glimpse of any type of light for me.
Now, part of the reason why you were so depressed was, I mean, there's the suspension, which truly sucks, but it really just, you stop DC. You see DC's such a fucking stud and everything he's pulling off lately and everything he's done in his career, and you stopped him and that head kick and everything, and it just taints it. Is that what hurt you? That because of this shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big part of
what. Frustrating as fuck.
Just to be delegitimized and decredited after so many years of sacrifice, it really hurts. You know, just and I'm not one to be. I'm not sitting here trying to get a poor me train going like, oh, poor John, this blah 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 blah, because I understand that for the most part, most people won't believe me, and that's something I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life, and it's fine with me at this point. But I don't think many people put themselves in my shoes and what it must feel like if I was innocent, what it must feel like to go through something like that. It was truly fucking devastating.
Did you talk to guys like Junior Dos Santos and a couple other guys had, I think they found the place where they were actually, the supplements were tainted.
Yeah, it was a Brazilian compounding factory or whatever it is.
Right, and they were all kind of exonerated.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of, a fucking Brazilian compound factory, they deserve to be suspended if they're going to a, where are they going?
It may not be the
smartest. They going to fucking
place.
Amazon to get some supplements?
Well, they live there.
I don't know.
They live in Brazil.
I'm sorry about that, but I just think that, they got to be a little bit more careful.
All right, just for the record, my coach is Brazilian.
Is he eyeing me up? Come on, we had a nice conversation before.
I was gonna say, Matt's the only one in this room that won't die. So
no, come on, man. We had a nice conversation before. I'm not attacking all Brazilians. Master Henzo, I just had a nice conversation before, and he explained to me, because Master Henzo Gracie has these shirts called Fodasi and this and that, and he's hashtagging Fodasi everywhere. So I'm sorry, give me a name one more time.
Roberto Alencar.
Roberto, fuck, man, I'm sorry,
Gracie
Roberto.
Baja.
Gracie Baja. That's where I trained him when I was in Brazil. All right, but let me get back on track. So I asked him, what does Fodasi mean? Because I asked Henzo, guy never texts me back. He's all over the world. I go, what the fuck does Fodasi mean? You know? Would you know?
Of course, but you tell me.
No. Oh, okay.
No, how would I know?
So he explained it to me. Come on over here for a second. Could you explain to the world what this means? Go ahead.
For all the haters.
No, get close.
For all the haters, who cares? You know, Foda-se. Yeah, whatever you come to judge me, who cares? Foda-se.
I like it.
Foda-se.
I like it.
Foda-se.
Yeah,
that's the Fodasi right there. That applause button.
I like that.
I like it. Like, who cares? You're going to judge me? Fodasi.
Fuck you.
Is that right? Fuck you. Is it vulgar?
It is a curse in Brazil.
Oh, it is a curse. Oh.
Porra.
I got a boha. Yeah, I like that.
So
I don't give a fuck.
So you're kind of like
That's great.
You're kind of feeling like, all right, this is tainted and that hurts that people might think.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, it was devastating to be delegitimized. Like I said, as a fighter, we put our lives on the line. We put our bodies, our brain cells, we put it all on the line. And to have been doing this for 10 years and all the miles and all the push-ups and shit, and then for people to say, oh, well, that's how he won and that's how he's been winning. It really sucks. It really sucks. But at the end of the day, people are going to always believe what they want to believe. If you honestly want to convince yourself that I've masterminded Nevada State Athletic Commission for this long and USADA, if you honestly believe that that's the business I'm in, then you're stupid.
You've had a couple of look, you're a young guy and you're one of the biggest athletes in the world, and you had your mishaps, which a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
Do you feel like now you're 31, you kind of put a lot of that behind you? Like,
Yeah.
I got a lot of the wild shit done, and now I have 8 or 9 more great years of fighting.
Yeah, honestly, Jimmy, I've been pretty chilled out for a while now. A lot of people know me from the sport, but they really don't know me. Very few people really know much about who I actually am outside of people that hang out at Jackson's MMA or my management team. Most people in the sport really don't know me. And And the truth of the matter is, I've been a pretty chilled out guy for a long time now, dude. When I used to travel, I used to could not wait to go to a bar or to the strip club and just be out on the scene. And now, dude, when I go to Vegas, you never see me out. I haven't been out in so long. I chill nowadays. I've had some misfortunes, man. To take a dick pill, and to end up suspended from work and being accused of a cheater. Who expects shit like that to happen to them? Nobody, bro. And then to have a metabolite, you know, like a pinch of salt. They said that was in me to end up in my body. It's like if you actually knew me, you'd actually know, you know, the John Jones business is actually all right. You know, I'm not nearly as wild as I used to be. I don't do nearly the shit that I used to do. I've just had the last 2 years have been really misfortune, man. A dick pill and then metabolites of steroids. But you know, the image says this guy's wild. He hasn't learned shit. He's wild. Blah blah blah. Being wild and not learning shit is getting into a hit and run car accident or doing shit like that. And shit like that hasn't happened. That was almost 4 years ago now.
And you're fighting Gustus on the 29th. It's the main event in UFC 232. There's a great co-main too. Cyborg against Amanda Nunes, which is a fight that everybody kind of wants to see.
Oh yeah.
Are you more in that one point? You're going out. You're a young guy. You're the new champion. It's like you're a celebrity. Do you appreciate your career more now that you had to kind of fight to keep it? Like,
yeah.
do you feel more grateful to be doing this and not like? You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. I'm definitely way more grateful for my career than I used to be, for sure. Like I said, like when you do wild shit and you jeopardize your career, it's like one thing, but kind of having it taken away, like being called blindsided and saying, hey, you're stripped from your title, TMZ's getting ready to release it in about 25 minutes, you and your publicist might want to think about what your story is going to be, and you're done. You've done steroids. It's like, and in that case, I felt like it was taken from me. I felt like I did nothing wrong to lose my career in this last situation. I feel like it was taken from me. And when you get it taken from you, man, it hurts so bad. Like I said, if you've been doing dirt and you got caught, that's one thing. But when you look yourself in the mirror, and you know you've never done steroids, it hurts fucking tremendously bad. And when you get it back, man, you want to do everything to protect it. Like nowadays, I don't even drink water. I don't trust people. You know, I've been doing interviews all day. I've had so many people ask, "Hey, do you guys want a cup of coffee?" I'm not drinking your fucking coffee because I don't know. Yes. I don't know. Yeah.
I put Cialis in my own, but I want.
You know what I mean? It's just you just learn that life's not always so sweet, and you gotta protect yourself, or people will catch you slipping, man.
And be a little more careful. Now,
Yeah.
you sort of said that you were assisting. What does that mean? They said you were assisting with something else.
I assisted them with a lot of things. Pretty much, I had to give them full access to my life,
Okay.
and answer questions truly and honestly and under oath. You know, USADA is a government ran agency, and so you can't lie to those guys about
Right.
things. So yeah, I totally did. You know, everything I had to do to get my job back, man.
Now,
Especially
the word Jimmy was telling me to ask this. He was asking about the word snitch.
right.
I go,
right.
Jimmy, don't you fucking do it, Jimmy. I go,
Right.
this guy's one of the most dangerous guys on the planet. He goes,
Right.
Matt, you ask it.
Right.
Do you
That
believe
never happened.
that? Do you believe
But
that?
hey, listen,
Do you
John
believe that I
Jones.
actually asked him to ask that?
Now, look at
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I would ask it myself. I would never ask somebody to ask a question.
Listen, he's an open book. You don't give a shit.
Right.
Fodossi, man.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
John Jones.
So the thing with the whole snitcher situation, USADA pretty much, they ask you to assist with it. You know, if you know anything in sports that has anything to do with performance enhancing, and I was grateful to be able to look them in the eyes and tell them no. You know, I know nobody in our sport that does steroids. I really don't. I have a lot of guys that I speculate, guys from other camps. I got guys from my camp that I speculate. But there's nobody in my camp that I know does steroids, and I answer that question honestly.
And I don't even know if it's snitching. Like in that where you guys could kill each other. Is it snitching if you're telling that somebody is doing something that could get somebody else killed? I don't even know if I would consider that snitching.
The whole snitching thing is just weird to me. It's like the whole snitching thing is weird to me. It's like I feel like snitching is considered snitching when you are telling on someone that you're supposed to be loyal to.
Right.
If you don't know a motherfucker, then if I tell someone I don't know you, why am I a snitch? And what are we in? What are we in prison now? What snitching? What are we in high school? What are we all mobsters? Like
Yeah.
snitching is. I consider snitching as telling somebody that you are supposed to be loyal to, somebody who trusted you, somebody that You know, somebody that is in your, like if I told one of these, like my manager or one of my teammates' personal business, that's snitching. If I told something I knew about Matt Serra, me and Matt don't know each other we don't hang out every day.
That's true.
So
And I am on TRT for the record. But I'm retired. Phone man.
Okay,
Fuck
yeah.
it.
But Matt, but you get what I'm saying? Me telling somebody that, I'm not obligated to
100%.
so that's not considered snitching.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's something that gets thrown around a lot, you know. And was I asked if I knew anything about steroids and MMA? I was asked that, and my dead honest on the record, my dead honest answer is no.
So yeah, they asked you and you answered honestly. So you don't care what the label is. If other people put it on you, it doesn't matter. Whatever they think.
It doesn't matter, dude. At the end of the day, man, like, dude, motherfuckers will do what they have to do to legitimize somebody who's done a lot of great things in the sport. You know what I mean? And that's the position I'm in, dude. People won't just give it to me and say, hey, you know, the dude's just good at what he does. You know, people are always going to blame things and label you as things and stuff. It's the cause of being a relevant athlete in your game.